Hello everyone, today's video is me in nature again, and by nature I mean like, that's not nature, but anyway. Oh, I'm winded already. Okay, can't do multiple things at once. So, now I am gainfully employed. It only took 12 interviews and 3 shadow days for the one place that I wanted to really work to actually hire me. I only shadowed there one day, but I shadowed like in all the places like 3 days total, like 1 day each shadow place. Anyway, oh my god, so tired. Okay, and that's Citi Field right behind me where the New York Mets play. Okay, so they hired me. I'm going to start soon. I am a little bit nervous. I'm just gonna stop here so I can do this vlog. We are at the train yard by my house. So yes, I live in Queens. I actually don't live anywhere near here. I think I'm like half an hour away from here. But this is where I am right now, so this is where the video is going to be. So I did get hired. It's very exciting. I start next week because I don't know, I'm not a person that like is like, oh yeah, let's go. Like I used to be like that, but I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm really losing interest. Not with like working, but I'm not as enthusiastic as I used to be, because I find that first, you work for the rest of your life. Second, a lot of employers don't really care about you and you're just a number to them. And I always tell people who are younger than me, like, don't stress yourself out because of work, okay? Like, you have to remember that you are just a number to your boss and they can replace you at any second. They don't give a crap about you. And I think that that's an attitude that a lot of people have to take. But obviously, like, when you're young, you're like 17, 18, you just got out of high school, like you're finally old enough to work and make your own money so that you don't have to ask your parents for money and sponge off your parents. You're really excited and you're willing to do whatever it takes to work really hard and be a good employee. And then you realize really quickly that it's a lot of work. They don't appreciate it. And they don't care about you, and sometimes that takes not that long to realize, and sometimes that takes people many years to realize. And as someone who has been in the workforce for like well over a decade, probably nearing 2 decades, because I'm old and I got started really early, you know, that's just something that I really like. I don't mean to give people bad advice, but I also don't want people who are younger than me to screw themselves, you know? Like, obviously, like, when you're younger, like, you have less experience, and I'm, like, not saying that as a bad thing. It's just, like, you haven't lived as long, so obviously people who are older than you have lived longer than you and have experienced things, and it's easier for me to, now that I'm, like, older, to, like, see what older people were talking about when I was younger, which is like older people were like, oh, when you get older, blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, no, but now, you know, it's relevant. And I just don't want, if I care about a person, like I don't want them to have to go through that and figure out the hard way. But obviously, as life goes, you can't really give advice to people because they have to figure things out the hard way themselves, and I just don't want to do that. So I'm always just like, just remember, don't work too hard. And people are like, I would never do that because I'm a good employee. And I'm like, I don't mean to slack off at your job. I mean to not take any crap and know when to quit and when to walk away, which is, I think, the hardest thing to learn as you go through life, because nobody wants to be a quitter. You know, that's just the way it is. All right. So I'm gonna go now because I've been on this boardwalk for a really long time. Here it is. It is a boardwalk, and a lot of people have been walking by me and giving me weird stares. So I'm gonna go. Goodbye.